So, wow, I'm pleasantly surprised. I've come across quite a few conservatives who are doing the unexpected, and they're actually defending the Second Amendment from potential destruction. And we know that conservatives have always defended the Second Amendment, and they've accused liberals of trying to destroy it. But recently, with the Republicans proposing a ban on firearms for transgender people, you know, a lot of Republicans went along with that, and a lot of conservatives seemed to approve of that, even though that completely destroys the Second Amendment. And once it's done to one group, it can be done to any other group, right? Once you decide that people in a specific group, whether or not they've committed a crime, no due process, they're guilty, they're potentially dangerous, once you decide that, it can be done to anyone. And a lot of conservatives, at least some that I've seen now, have actually acknowledged that, and they're defending the rights of transgender people to own firearms. What they're saying is that because there are already laws on the books that that would allow for someone to lose their Second Amendment rights temporarily, at least, if they're deemed unfit to have them, if like a potential threat to themselves or others, right? So those laws already exist. But when you take an entire demographic of people and you deem the entire group dangerous, this is and therefore you try to take a fundamental freedom from them. This is extremely dangerous. It can be done to anyone. Who's going to be labeled mentally ill next? You disagree with the government, mentally ill, right? It can be anyone. And I'm glad to see that there are actually conservatives who are acknowledging this. Even the NRA has come out and acknowledged this, and they're not going along with the proposed gun ban on certain demographics. Fabulous. I totally did not expect that, because I was seeing all these so many Republicans just going along with it and agreeing with it, and I was thinking, like, what the, because in the end it looks like, after all of their bitching and whinging and moaning about their fears of liberals taking away their Second Amendment rights, they're the ones who are going to do it now. It's the conservatives who are going to do it now, because it's being directed at a group that they've been conditioned to hate, right? Transgender people are the perfect scapegoat. They're a small group. They're a minority among minorities. And you work someone up against them. You turn them into this target group to be hated and despised. And then laws that people would not normally support for anyone else, they will support for that group or against that group, because they've been conditioned to hate and fear people in that group. And once those laws are on the books, right, once that's normalized, whatever it is can be done to any group. And that is, in the end, what the fascists want. This isn't even about transgender people. They're just the scapegoats. In the end, this is about the fascists trying to disarm the American people. And I'm glad there are some conservatives finally who are opposing it. Thank you.